slip nor stumble. I take off poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic, dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash, put on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get it off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstay it, your thoughts are never everything you want till when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of the distort. I'ma leave it on the side, you on the Christ when the breath on this set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak, I'm sick in the head. Come on, come on. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get it off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off.
It's lonely on top of the throne. I ain't a king of the pawn. Hop on a jet across the globe. I guess the road is my home and there's so many miracles burning my dome and like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it snow. I'm sturdy as hell, it's a vessel alone. They showing me love in my city. Gangs and hippies. Women like Nicki know what I'm about. I'm not. Their stereotypes, they do not fit me. I'm bigger than life. Gave everyone dogs. I'm not a guard. Go hard with a squad. I'm playing my part, but I'm LeBron. Wings of the team, I feel Jackson and hard. The homie calling from a cell. A couple of homies be making it. I just want all of them dudes to the well. Not worry about taking a couple of L's. Don't sin for me, just win for me. Don't kill for me, just live for me. Keep it real for me. We eat together, leave the bill for me like. Hand on my heart, I give it all I got. Walk the walk and talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Hand on my heart, no, I give it all I got. Walk the walk, talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Never stopping, that's a must. Always winning, never lost. GPS, I never lost. GPS, I never lost. Who do it better than me? Yeah. Vision on 2020. Yeah. VVS, Clippity. Yeah. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they know they taking notice. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they know they taking notice.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the New York Giants. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh.
Switch. Wide. Get wide. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Slam. Alert flare. Hey, alert 3.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4.
Hey, I'm coming. Switch.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but they definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Check.
Go.
Watch the whip. Check the backer. Watch.
Look at me. Go.
Safety's creeping.
Shoot.
Now Saquon Barkley. Well, a pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Check 43. Rush in. Watch the safety creep.
The toss out to Barkley. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Set, ready? 10-2 stop. Hey, zoom.
I'm here all day.
Set, go.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive. Couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Check 99. Check 99.
Now we've got a giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Here we go, set, 50, plant. Bravo. 5.
2nd and 9 now. Going up top. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down.
Kill.
Hey, echo. Yep.
Motion.
They'll look to throw. Able to find Deion Kane, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
18 games.
Watch the screen. Pass. Check safety. Check the out read. Check. Check 3.
Ready?
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Let's go. I'm coming after you.
Jackson on 1st down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Mike 56. You can't block me.
Now Jackson to throw again. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience is early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
56 to Mike, boy, 56.
From the gun, Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Sua Cravens with a pick. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know, some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody covered. Oh, he just stuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
Yo, Jackrabbit, come on.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10.
Come on, switch it. Watch Smooth. The twins. Like.
They'll try to run with Hunt. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh, yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
7.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. A good pickup there, 22. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
6 at the Giants' 49-yard line.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Lions nothing.
Here we go. Third base. You must be strong. Time on.
On 2nd down now. It's Johnson. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Jackson. And he whips that one incomplete there. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Give me some. Here we go. 56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Jackson from the shotgun. And an alley to run. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them, not easily.
Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Giants! Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just 1 play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Get ready.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Jackson. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play. Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Hey, team 6, team 6.
Second and 4. Catch made by Slayton. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Ready?
Barkley. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
10-2 saw. Hey, Charlie. Come.
58 to Mike.
5.
2nd and 6. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46, and the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Pardon me, if we've heard it once, we've heard it 1,000 times. Don't throw late down the middle.
And he did. We see the end result.
Yeah, what you have to do is you've got to make sure you manipulate those defenders with your eyes and your head, maybe even some body movement to move them a little if you're going to come back late down the middle.
Jackson now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now a give coming right is Breida. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. T.J. Hawkinson. Touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
Jackson's pass complete to T.J. Hawkinson. Touchdown.
A try here for the extra point.
The kicker on for the extra point.
And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Darius Slayton, 77 yards. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with it.
He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. Now Jackson. Taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Colby Listenby. As the first half is winding down, as his guys are back within a single score. Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Haywood.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Snap.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to let this one go deep. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. This time they stay on the ground. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the 2nd half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the 2nd half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They run again with Breida. And some space here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. 56, Mike 56, Mike 56.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. They'll run on first down. Chaney. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Throwing is Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. A first down carry for Barkley. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
You got nothing to run. You got nothing. Shit.
Hey, wahoo! 25, check 25.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down.
Hey, check 24, check 24. Go.
Now it's Barkley. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And Rosas puts this one through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56. Wild Bill.
To throw is Jackson. Throwing again. This will be caught by Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Jackson. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10.
Got it. 55 to Mike. Hey, Alpha. 55 to Mike.
Tighten up.
80 weapon.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Get in the weight room.
Big grip.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he couldn't get rid of the football. Try to buy a little time, but he'll just tuck it and go down.
Brought down back at the 32.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. 2nd and 14. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And the kick by Rosas is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
56 is the mic. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
From the 27, Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And he's got some space here. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Johnson. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Lions on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
56 is the mic. 56 is the mic. That QB's trash.
From the gun, Jackson. He may try and run for this. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 15-yard line.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. So they get the score still down, but bottom line is they kept themselves in the game.
They did keep hope alive, Brandon. That's exactly what they did. Now they've got to deliver and finish things off.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense. Now the ball comes loose. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. That one a first down pickup of 8.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Set, ready? 60 or.
Just like that.
General West.
Check, 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 check. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up.
2nd and 11. This is Coleman with a grab. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. Watch the curve. Watch the curve.
On play action, they'll throw. Got a man, Slayton. 10 yards, good for a giant 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
You draw Porter.
Check, 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 check.
Leo.
Check 37. Check 37.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Hey, Zoo.
No, check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Where's the go?
Back to throw here. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. is a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
3 down, 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. 52 is the mic right here.
Topper. Look at me. Zipper.
They're going to look to throw. And no, it's incomplete. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. The first down carry here for Johnson. Sua Craven's up to make the stop.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
2nd and 6 at the Giants' 43-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
56, the mark, boys, 56.
He's back to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Jackson. Looking left side, and it's complete. 23 yards, the final tally.
All right, they picked up yardage, but they've got to get up to the line of scrimmage and spike it. They've got one timeout left, want to save it.
He'll look to throw. This is caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. Now Jackson. And that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute. They got the dramatic score to tie the game here late 4th quarter. Now all eyes resting on the foot of one man.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Your brother called me before the game. That's his guy in fantasy. He needs this one badly.
The point after is good. And that is going to put him on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And right now it all rests on the right foot of Aldrich Rosas. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And his kick is good. And the Giants win the football game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Giants, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year.